Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's try to understand how to check the given number is Armstrong or not. So in order to identify, let's try to understand what is an Armstrong number about. Sum of digits raised to power of number of digits. If this statement might be confusing to you, so let me break down this into smaller chunks. So let's take some input. So input is 153. So what is sum of digits raised to power of number of digits? Here in 153, there are three digits. So for each and every digit, if you raise the power 3 and if you try to add sum, meaning 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube, it should be same equal to 153. So 1 plus 5 plus 3. So we are raising the number of digits to its respect to power. So 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube. So we get the value to be 153. So like 1 plus 125 plus 27. So which would result the value 153. So we can say this respective number is Armstrong. So the output would be yes. Similarly, if I take the number 5, we get the output to be yes. Why? Because in 5, there is only one digit. 5 power 1 would be 5. Same. So we can say that all the single digits are said to be Armstrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then followed by if I take the value 370, it also works. 3q plus 7q plus 0, it also would be 370. So then followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we say that the answer is no. Why? Because in 1, 2, 3, 4, there are four digits. So we are raising to the powers of 4. So 1 plus 16 plus 81 plus 256. So this is giving us the sum which is 354, which is not equal to the value 1234. So in that way, we can say that this is not an Armstrong number. Now let's try to understand how to check this number is Armstrong or not. So before moving forward, so you are supposed to understand first find number of digits, then you need to find power of a number, then you need to do the logic of sum. So if you are not sure what is sum of digits, what is power of number, you can just go on this right side links which I'm displaying on the top right corner. So watch them and come back to this video. So now let's take the number 153 and let's try to work on that. If I say 153 is Armstrong or not, so first what would I do is I would find the number of digits in 153. So we'll first find the number of digits in that. So we get the output to be 3. So then what would I do is I'll take the value 153 considered. First, I will extract the value 3. So you know how to remove the last digit. So we divide by 10. So then you have the value 3. So what we do is there are two numbers. Now we'll go and apply our logic of power of a number. So then you get the value 3 power 3, the answer to be 9. So then what would you do? This 9, we are supposed to add it to one variable called sum and keep on incrementing each and every time. So initially we take our sum value to 0. So we are not sure how many times we are supposed to do. So each and every time we'll remove one digit and we'll do the same process until our number is 0. So let's try to understand. Let me go to Visual Studio Code. So let's give the value number. So we are reading it from the user. So first we need to find number of digits of a number. So instead modifying the number, so if you calculate number of digits, our number would be 0 at last. So instead modifying my number to be 0, I'm storing my number in some temporary variable. Then followed by you work on this temporary greater than 0. So each and every time you're supposed to find the count. So I'll just take one more variable called count, initialize to 0. So count would be incremented by 1, then followed by so temp divided by 10. So then you get the number of digits. So after this, what we are supposed to do, we need to find the sum of each and every digit which is raised to its respective power. So then I'll just take a variable called sum, initialize to 0. So now I'll just again work on so my temporary number which would be assigned to number, right? So while so my temp greater than 0. So now what we are supposed to do, we need to take the value 3 from the value 153. So after considering that, we know the number of digits. What are the number of digits? It's count. So what would we do is, so first here, we need to write the logic of power of a number. So what is the logic of power of a number? So maybe let's say here you're having two digits. So we would take one variable called value, initialize to 1 for I in range. So you go until the power, and just starting from 1, you go until the power plus 1 So then each and every time you would multiply your respective value, how many times the power we have. So here we need to know what is the digit to be multiplied that number of times. So for that, extracting the digit, what would we do here? We would take digit would be our temporary modulus 10. So we know how many times you are supposed to do, but do we have the variable power? No. So here power is treated as the value count. So let's say in 150 you're having the count as 3. So you start from 1, you go until the value 4, saying that the count is 3. So each and every time you need to multiply the last digit. So value would be multiplied by digit. So here what we have done, let me once again repeat. So until our number is 0, we are following this. In our number 153, we have extracted the value 3. So now 3 is multiplied how many times? Count times. So with 1, you are multiplying the value 3 count times. So you get some value. Now this value need to be added to our result. So sum plus equal to value. Then followed by next time we need to remove one digit. So temp divided by equals to 10. So at last your temporary value would be 0 and you get the value sum. So let me print the value sum. Still our program is not yet done. So let's try to see until this part what we have done. So let's run this. So giving the value 153. So we got the sum to be 153. So if I give the value 1, 2, 3, 4, we got the sum to be 354. So if this sum is equal to our given number, then we can say that this is an Armstrong number. So what would we do? If sum equals to our given number, then simply what do we print? We print the value to be yes. If not, we would print the value to be no. So now let's run this and check. So giving the value 153, the output is yes. Let's take some single digit, the value to be 8. Output is yes. Let's take the value 370. The output is yes. Followed by, if I take the value 1, 2, 3, 4, the output should be no. So this is how it works. So let's try to understand what is the time complexity of this program. So this is log n. So you are calculating number of dates. Then followed by, this is also log n. So where the number of dates power we are going on. And of course, this while loop is also running for log n. So we can say log n plus log n into log n. So then we can just overall assume and say that. So time complexity would be order of so log 10 of n square. So time complexity order of log n into order of log n. So that's the reason order of log n into log n is. So while loop of course is consuming order of log n, and this is also consuming order of log n. So log n times log n, it would be log n square. So this is the time complexity of the given program. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.